Hey everyone, my name is Ben Gromiko. I'm from InterNACHI. That's the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. We train and certify home inspectors all over the world, including contractors and real estate agents. And everything through InterNACHI is online and free if you're a member of InterNACHI. One of the free things that we do that's open to everyone, and no matter if you're a member or non-member alike, is webinars. So we're doing a InterNACHI webinar right now with the good folks from inspected.com. They have a platform that every home inspector should be aware of. It could be a part of your business, and they're going to explain it with a hands-on, in-person, live on-site demonstration of how the system works. And we have Jared, Jason, and Johnny to explain and walk us through how this system works through, this is a very easy URL, inspected.com. So fellas, why don't you take it away? And thank you so much for taking your time out today to explain, to teach us something new, because this seems to be like a new platform that home inspectors should know about. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you so much for having us, and welcome everybody. We appreciate you joining us. My name is Jason Smeal. I'm the Director of Business Development at inspected.com. I am joined by a couple of my colleagues, Jared Utterback, who is our Chief Compliance Officer, and he is a contractor that's actually going to be in the field with us on site at a job inspection, and our Director of Government Relations, Johnny Gates, who joins us with 22 years as a building official, and will be actually playing the role of an inspector for this program. So I will turn it over to them momentarily. I would just like to take a second and kind of walk you through and give you a little bit of a background of what inspected.com is all about, the technology that we use and how we think this is really going to help boost your day-to-day activities and improve your efficiencies. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to just run you through a quick slideshow, and then we'll get you right to the live demonstration. Ben, please feel free to dive in and jump in with any questions while I'm talking, okay?
Yep, for sure. And let me remind everybody who's attending the live event, feel free to ask questions. We'll get to the questions. You can use the Q&A button on your side of the screen. There's also a chat button. I'll pay attention, and I'll interrupt the fellas if we need to, or just hold everything off until the end. And if you're watching this after the live webinar on a YouTube video, feel free to contact inspected.com for more information.
Excellent, thank you. All right, let's start with the beginning. What is Inspected? So Inspected, we're a flexible, cost-cutting application. It's going to allow inspectors to perform inspections from either a home or office. Our program's got a variety of different features, including the ability to upload plans, data stamp, and integrate with any platform or APIs that you're currently using. And some of the things that we are really going after here, and just a little bit of the history of what Inspected is all about. Inspected was created about a little under a year ago. Our founder, Anthony Perera, who is a contractor by trade and has more than a handful of HVAC companies throughout the country, had become frustrated with the inspection process and getting people back for minute little details and the day-to-day travel and anything that goes along with the inspection process on a contractor side. So developed a program that would address those, and then lo and behold, COVID hit, and we were rushed to market. So we've been pushing this out as not only a way to make things more efficient, but also as a safety measure. I think everybody knows, anybody that's on this call knows that going into somebody's house right now, you are not the most welcome person. Even if you are, all smiles and hugs, people really do not want you stepping foot in their house. So this is one of the things that's going to take care of that problem for you. We're going to show you a little bit different angle as we go through a building inspection with you, but I'm sure you're going to be able to see the day-to-day applications in your trade. Okay, some of the things that really set us apart here, one of the biggest things is our geotagging. We have a patent pending on geotagging locations for a video conference. Okay, that is going to be unique to Inspected. And the great thing about that is when you say that you're 123 Main Street, this is going to let you know that you're 123 Main Street. Okay, or you're going to have to there's a manual override for it as well. But the cool feature about it is this is going to take all of the, let's call them shenanigans out of the equations, where somebody wants to do something, somebody wants to cut a corner. You know, every walk, every trade of that you deal with, there's usually somebody that's going to, for whatever reason, take a shortcut, and the liability is going to eventually come back and get you. This takes that out of the equation. Okay, our algorithm authenticates and integrates the information to the property address and location for you. Okay. The interface for this, I make this as simple as I possibly can. For people out there that have their kids trying to interface with their grandparents and are able to do it to FaceTime, if the grandparents are able to do that, then you are going to be able to do this. I know most people that are most likely on this call are probably technically savvy enough where this is going to be elementary. Well, it's designed that way. It's supposed to be elementary. So whenever you do have somebody out there that is not technically advanced, if they know how to complete a FaceTime call, then they are going to be able to go through this and be able to do it with no issues at all. Now, as far as our storage capabilities, we store everything in the cloud for you. Okay. Now, documenting the inspection, this videos everything, records everything, and you're also able to take live pictures. And it's going to date, it's going to geolocate those, and it's also going to date and timestamp those pictures. So this is all going to tie into one nice, neat report for you. We'll brand the report for you, but you're going to be able to see all the pictures that were taken, the times that they were taken, and you're going to be able to add the different notes as you go through your inspection. So as you're walking through this and you are actually directing the homeowner or whoever is at the actual facility, you're going to be directing them to take the pictures, and you're also going to be taking notes and adding that in, and it's all going to generate in your report. As turnkey as we can possibly make it. We just want to be able to get somebody in there, be able to go through, have their list of things, add that to their list, and then take their pictures, and everything's going to be there at the end of the report. Okay. The scheduling of it is another very easy aspect. Your user is going to schedule the inspections, and we're going to create the time slots that you need. So in a situation like this, what we would do is we would set up the company as the owner of the platform, and then you would tell us the time slots that you want to have. Some places want to have an 8 to 12 time slot and a 12 to 5. Some people want to have every hour on the hour, so they're able to get as many in, as have a little bit more flexibility than have people sitting around waiting. We customize that for you. Once a permit or an application is created for you, the person on the other end, the homeowner, is going to be able to go in, and they're going to click, and they're going to be able to schedule that for a time slot that works best for them. Then that goes on to the inspector schedule, and then when they're ready to join, they're simply going to click that from their desk. The homeowner's going to get a notification, and they're going to be able to join that, and then they're on a FaceTime call with the interface on the platform, which we're going to show you here in just a moment. The reporting, as I started to mention, these are auto-generated reports. Once the inspection is done, pass, fail, you're going to see the couple icons that you can email it directly to the parties that you need to, and then you can also download it for your own files as well. So it's going to have the status, the notes, the comments, the videos, the images, everything time-stamped, as I mentioned before, and you're going to be able to shoot that out to anybody that needs it to save out a lot of time, so your inspector's not going back and then sitting down and writing out the report. This can be done as they finish up the inspection. Okay, the record search, along those same lines, you're going to have accessibility to all these records. Go back and forth if there's any changes that need to be made or anything that needs to be recalled or adjusted. You're going to be able to go back in to the platform and pull this out at any given time. All right, and finally, support. It's an easy, simple program, but like anything else, there's going to be times where somebody needs a helping hand on it. Okay, we have real-time monitoring and troubleshooting for any of the issues that you may have. It's going to be a phone call or a chat away that will be able to help you out and walk everything through. All right, and with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to turn this back over to Johnny and Jared, who are going to walk through an actual inspection for you. So if you just give us one moment here as we get everything lined up here, Johnny can share his screen, and we're going to walk you through one of Jared's fine houses that he's building right down in Florida.
Awesome. So from what I understand so far is that I'm familiar with a program that InterNACHI members are involved, where we work with Owens Corning Roofing. Home inspectors are doing the work on the roof, collecting data, and then sharing that with someone at the main office at Owens Corning sitting at a desk. So Johnny is going to be that home inspector sitting at a desk, communicating with someone on site at the property.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ben.
Awesome.
So I'm hoping everyone can see my screen right now.
Yes.
We have preloaded just a couple inspections. I'm about to do a live inspection, and there's a couple that names I see familiar. But it is truly a live inspection, and you're absolutely correct. This is what it has a complete nexus to how you do it with Owens Corning, and the thickness or the R value or whatever is needed to show them on that. Truly, folks, this is a platform for anybody that does an inspection, which absolutely includes the critical role of the home inspector. You all are out there doing boots on the ground, protecting families' investments and raising concerns or positivity in a different way, all different things. And this is just another tool in your toolbox to assist you in becoming very efficient and be able to maybe increase your workload throughout the day. What you all see on my screen right now is the schedule. We have it set up right now for our live presentations in these big blocks, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., 1 to 8. You customize, you tell us how you want it. Grabiko Home Inspections wants it 7 to 9, 9 to 11, etc., or however you want it. We set that schedule up. We just have it like this for the different time zones we work with across the country. So with that, I think Ben will get the questions, and if you have, you're going to have questions. I'm going to start the inspection, and it's not a FaceTime. You're going to see it's a video, but it's not FaceTime as we all see it. But I'm going to go to this inspection right here. Jared is on the other end of the call, but I'm going to have to stop my video so you guys can see what I'm seeing, and then I'll come back when I'm done. So I'm going to stop my video, and I'm going to start the inspection for you. And as you see here, everything we've preloaded into the form. It'd be your homeowner's address, 2637. All this is right there for you to see. All you click is start the call, and the homeowner or contractor is automatically pushed a notification to join the call. It automatically happens. So I click start the call, and then down here, as soon as Jared sees the push notification, and sometimes yep, he's already joined. And there's Jared. Can everybody see Jared on site in, I don't know where he is, Fort Lauderdale, Florida? Or I guess I could look at the address. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So as you see, the very first thing we put in here is 2637 Barbara Drive. The absolute #1 thing you want to look at first is this checkbox. That verifies what Jason was referring to as the patent pending geotagged location verifier. You don't have to do anything else. You know you are at 2637 Barbara Drive. That being said, me as an inspector, I say, hi Jared, I'm Johnny Gates. Let's get this inspection going on, and I'm going to direct you in certain directions, and so bear with me. The one thing I need to mention on this call to you all is you're not going to be able to hear Jared because he's on the Zoom. You may be able to, but we have this weird thing. So I will do my best to translate what he's saying, but I promise you I'm not going to ad-lib what he's saying. I'll do the best I can, but you should all hear me. So you introduce yourself and you say, I verified the location, and then Jared, let's start the inspection. So if you can flip your camera around and pan up a little bit so I can see what we're looking at. Pan up. Okay, good. Go to your right just a tad. No, go to your right. Now, yeah, right, stop. Go. Your other right. Right there. Stop. Stop. Jared can't hear me. It's a delay. But you can see, you can tell him where to go. You can see how you might have to coach them a little bit. I'm looking at a new construction site that does not have the driveway in, not necessarily for the home inspector, but let's go to what a home inspector might be interested in looking at. Jared, can you pan to the roof? Can you, okay, so stop, pan up a little bit so I can see that roof. It looks like and I'm just making this up as we go. We're looking for any deteriorated shingles or some flashing missing or some downspouts that are disconnected, whatever it is, you are directing that. Stop right there, Jared. I see some flashing missing. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take a picture. You have two options on taking a picture. You can take it from right here, and it automatically uploads to our camera roll, and you'll see it come up here in a second. The other cool feature for the home inspector, I'll move this around, stay right there, Jared, is this criteria or inspection notes. If I click this plus button, I'm going to say roofing at patio. Don't move, Jared, you're making me dizzy. And I'm going to add a note and say missing flashing right side, however you all term it. But what the cool thing about this is I'm now going to take a picture from my notes or my criteria. The criteria is truly inspection notes. I'm going to take the picture right from there for this specific note. And as you'll see, that picture that I just took with that note is right there. It is in the camera roll, but you don't have to go find it through your 37 pages of title documents or real estate documents or whatever, the appraisal documents, I should say. I'm sorry if I don't have the correct exact lingo. But now I want to add something else. Jared, can you go up to that window for me? Any of those windows with a tag on it. I want to make sure that it's Florida safe or, I got to move my screen here a second, guys. Really? You're going to make me turn my head to the right so I can read it like that? You are a contractor. All right, so I see that's good. I'm going to take a picture of, stay right there. I'm going to take a picture of window tag. It's not that, anyway, I take the picture from there and you see the window tag is right there. It's now saved in my, go ahead and back up a little bit, Jared. So there you go, thanks. Move this screen around. As you see, the three pictures that I've taken are in the camera roll. And I've also got them here. Mm-hmm. Fairly simple. Why don't you walk inside the house, Jared, and just go straight to the kitchen. Where I have to tell you, home inspectors, there's something about you all that regular building inspectors never catch it, and you guys are always good with electrical, and our GFI testers or our arc fault testers. Okay, slow down, Jared. Okay, can you go back towards whatever room you just came from so I can see where you're at? Go back, keep going back. Okay, now give me a pan to the left so I know where I'm at. No, your other left. Okay, so I can see where he's walking into the kitchen. Go back to the kitchen opening. And so let's check the outlets. We see a pantry countertop here. Move forward, move down, keep going in that direction. Keep going. I want to see the outlet spacing. I see outlets. Do you have a tape measure? As we know, if you could show me that the outlets are, just a fun little fact, we're in a kitchen, so outlets, are spaced less than bedrooms. So we're looking for that 4 feet. So the 24-inch cord can work anywhere. That's well within that. Pans over to looks like the range top maybe. And we have another outlet there. I saw you walk by something in the middle of the kitchen. I'm assuming that's an island. Okay, can you go around the kitchen island? So keep going around it in a circle. Okay, anything on the front? Are there outlets on the front or something, or no? No, I don't see any. Do you have? I don't see them on the side. Okay, so what I would do in this case, I would click the button and I would say, you know, I'm adding my inspection note, kitchen island. Yep, sorry. Outlets. Par for the course. Jared, construction. Not complete. That's just a little jab at Jared, guys. Don't write that in your notes. So I clicked that. Now I'm going to take a picture. He's already gone on. It's fine, but you guys get the idea. The cool thing about this, to reiterate, is that your inspection notes have the comments next to them. Go find a bedroom, Jared, and let's check out the electrical and the egress and the smoke detectors. Just go slow. I'm assuming we're walking in the door. You're gonna have to walk backwards so I can see that wall. Walk backwards so I can see the wall. So I can see the floor and the wall. There you go. We want to see floor and wall. There's obviously minimum ceiling heights. Okay, go ahead and pan. Keep panning to your left. Don't walk forward. Just pan to your left. I see an outlet on the 2-foot wing wall. I see the patio doors, which could be egress. I see another wing wall that technically probably looks like it's over 2 feet that might need an outlet in the bedroom. There's another egress window. Do you have a closet in the bedroom, Jared? Okay, I'm assuming that's a closet. That's a closet, okay. I mean, technically from a building official point of view, the closet's there. Do you have a smoke detector? Okay, and then outside the bedroom, can you show, is there a smoke detector carbon monoxide combo, or do you have your carbon monoxide separate? So uh-oh, Jared froze. All right, why don't you get out of the bathrooms, since obviously they don't like people talking on their phone in the bathrooms. But I think y'all get the idea. Jared, walk back out to the kitchen. So basically what I would do now, y'all, is one other point before I do this. Here's a great point for inspectors. When you create your job or your permit, or however you term it, we're obviously doing the inspection, but when you create it, you can add plans, you can add files, anything to this. There is really not a limit that you guys are going to have to worry about. You know, where the limits come up is those 400-page sets of plans that are 22 by 30, but we have capability of doing it. But if you wanted to upload the 57-page appraisal or the title report or your past inspections, that's all super easy when you submit it. That will all, I don't have anything loaded, but you would click this drop down, they'd all be there, however you label them as, and it's all truly a one-stop shop. It's all right there for you. At this point, you would pass or fail. And we're actually, for you all, it might not be just a pass or fail. It might be a conditional approval, something like that, that you're just providing a report. So we are having a third toggle placed there, kind of it's an orange hash mark or dash, you know, that'll allow, that won't close everything out on you. But for the sake of this webinar and call, I'm going to pass it, and I'm going to show you a couple other features. We're going to lose Jared here, because as soon as you pass, fail, result the inspection, your call is going to end, and you'll see that notification. So I'm going to pass it. says, are you sure you want to leave this inspection? Yes, I want to leave. Now what I'm going to do is it goes back to my calendar and it shows the green check mark.
Mhm.
Now I can go on to my next inspection in 15 minutes and so forth and so forth. But what I want to show you is on this inspection that we just passed, I reopened the inspection. And here are some really cool features. So the video, the entire time I was taking pictures, it was taking a live video the entire time.
Wow,
We
that was my next question.
I was reading your mind, Mr. Kremiko. We store everything for you up in the cloud in a very secure and PCI compliant way. You don't need to go out and get a terabyte of storage for your laptops. We store it all under, you know, the business name, and it's available to you at any time. And the video takes about 10 to 15 minutes to upload, and then you have the ability to play it back. This is the website domain, so it's all right there for you to log into. You have it there, but then we also have it in the cloud for you, where you can retrieve it on a thumb drive and present it to whatever. I mean, home inspectors, you know, I'm assuming at some point in their career will end up in court, not because of what they did, but because of what they found or what they saw. And, you know, it is what it is.
So Kimberly asked, does this generate a report? And so it does. It generates
a
report, but it generates a report with all the pictures and the videos that was taken.
So let me show you the report, Kimberly. These buttons down here, remember we just reopened the inspection we were on. I have 3 buttons down here: edit, mail, and download. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the report, and I'm going to download the report. And over here, it's working. My report, I open the report. If I move that over, you see your report. Everything you've put in for your project, the job address, everything you've put in is right here. Property owner, contact name, architect, engineer, whatever you want to put in our template, our boilerplate, it's all there. Not everything is required, but project address is required, who's doing the inspection is required, the inspection type, the result, etc. Now we get to the meat and potatoes of what Ben was talking about, the inspection details that we just did. We started at 12:13, we ended at 12:25. I didn't put any additional notes, but you see the kitchen island outlets, and for whatever reason, these haven't uploaded right now. It must be my internet connection where I'm at, but the pictures that I took are right here. And maybe we'll see it. I can go back and refresh it.
Sometimes it takes 5 minutes or so.
But the window tag, the roofing at the patio, and then all the camera rolls. I'm going to click out of this. If I can move that and go back.
So Kimberly asks also, is there an email or a text notification to the contractor? Does the contractor doing all the inspecting get the report as well? Is that shared, or is that up to the
No,
desk?
you can email. So I'm going to click my email, my mail button here, and that same report that I just had. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. It's not, because I'm getting an error message, but it automatically downloads this report to the email. But since I'm not logged in as with my inspected.com, I'm on your Zoom meeting. It'll automatically default to your address. And I know you just saw some weird numbers over there. I promise you, as a government employee that doesn't fib or is not corrupt, it absolutely works 100%. And it goes right to your default mail, and you CC and add whoever you want. It has a specific link, and you click that link, and this is what the report comes up as. And
there are several notifications along the way. Excuse me. There, from the time that the inspector the inspector creates that permit, or in this case, inspecting for the home, the contractor will get a notification, or the homeowner will get a notification via email, and also a push notification that it's been created. And then during that, they'll be waiting at that time slot that will be given or chosen, and they'll get another push notification saying that the inspector or whoever's conducting the inspection has gone live.
Yep. And I can see if the inspector is talking to a homeowner and the homeowner is walking through the kitchen like Jared was, there's a little bit of a learning curve, right? With the homeowner, you got to tell them which way is left, and look down and look up, and what are you actually looking, and maybe prepare them with a little checklist. Like, we're going to need to have a measuring tape, and a few things like that. I could see that could be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, and that's a couple of things just to add on to that. First and foremost, since it would be a new way of going about things, yeah, obviously, a phone call or an email prior to that would, certainly benefit everybody's saving time. But the other cool thing is that if there are specific things that you're going to be looking at, say you had to go back a second time. That criteria field that Johnny was kind of going through and entering things, that can actually be pre-populated before they go in there. So when they actually go in there, they can have the lists that are sent to the homeowner, and they can have all that ready. So you can, rather than typing things in as you go along, if there's specific things that you want to hit, you can pre-populate all that, tell them to go right there, and then just start firing off pictures and adding your notes as you go along.
Yeah, yep. Boy, when I was a home builder, getting the township inspector to check my contractor's work was such a pain in the butt. We were in rural areas. And I remember one time, it was just a laundry area, and my plumber just could not get the plumbing right in the laundry for some reason. And it's days to get the township inspector to come to the site and check the work that was done. Because you do the work, your contractor does the work, township inspector comes by in his Harley at 3 o'clock at the end of the day, says, no, that's no good, leaves. Contractor comes back, and you go, and then by the end of the week, you may have it done. I could see this being really fast. Like, you get the contractor, I'm the builder, my plumber's right there, and the township inspector, and we're all looking at all at the same time. And we can even do the work right in front of the township inspector and have them pass right there.
Absolutely. That's the design of this entire concept. That's what we want to do, is to simplify, and we're on the other end of the spectrum here. We're in a major city, and, you have thousands upon thousands that, need to go through the entire gamut for every time. And there's only so many inspectors. And when you're trying to drive from point A to point B in Fort Lauderdale, while it may be a 2-minute ordeal, typically it can end up being 45 minutes. Yep. So just along those lines of sending somebody out to a rural part of the state, this satisfies all that. You get everybody tied into one location, and you can point them around, you can direct them where you need to go, and all the while you're saving that 2-hour drive from to the southeastern part of the state, saving the beat up on the vehicle, the gas, all those things. It all ties into the savings and the efficiency of it.
Maybe you probably know more than I do, but I have a feeling that the local township inspectors, the building departments of townships and counties all over the place, are understaffed and they're overwhelmed, especially when there's a boom in the building industry. Wouldn't this help? You have an army of certified, trained home inspectors available to do the role that Jared did, being on site, and the desk building inspector is back at the office and able to do inspections, maybe 20 to 30 or 40 a day, instead of just 2 or 3 drive-bys.
Jason, can I take this
Please.
real quick?
Please.
So Ben, I think you're onto something there that we all talk about that's really never been there. I mean, we're all stakeholders, and whether it's the home inspector, the jurisdiction, the chamber of commerce, the homeowner, and how we collaborate, that is really important. One of the missing links, and I can absolutely tell you from my experience, one of the missing links of that collaboration has been exactly what you just said. How can the home inspector work in coordination, or I don't know if that's the correct phrase, in conjunction with the jurisdiction, whether it's a township, city, or county, with the jurisdiction, so we can all play nice in the same sandbox and be more efficient. And this is something that I've talked about for years, that it's all about getting stakeholders, and I called it the local government affairs committee. And there should absolutely be a representative of the home inspectors on those type of committees, to where you say, hey, let us be out in the field for you. I'm a certified home inspector. So the inspector has a warm and fuzzy about, hey, I've got someone knowledgeable on the other end, and it's not Jason Smeal on the other end that's gonna make me dizzy the whole time holding the phone.
Yep. So I read ICC is working with ResNet to get their ResNet energy raters to help the local building departments check for new homes and their energy efficiency criteria for a new home to get, to meet a certain building requirement. I could see InterNACHI playing a similar role, working with ICC to get our home inspectors maybe up to a certain code inspection standard, like getting the residential building inspector, I think ICC calls it B1 certification. We could train them and then have them available for the local township building inspectors as qualified, essentially an army of the boots on the ground to do the work. I see this being applied to a bunch of other things, like even training schools. So every home inspection training school needs to do some kind of like hands-on experience. And I can see the instructor being Johnny and the student being Jared at the house, and making the inspector just following around like a mentor, someone being not literally, but virtually over your shoulder, watching what you do. And then there's also,
absolutely.
Yeah. There's also like multi-inspector.
And I think Ben, that's one of the things that we've been talking to with the jurisdictions, is this is a great way to audit. This is a great way to train, and you have the live video.
Yep. And also there are multi-inspector firms, home inspector firms. They're just more than one person. It's great to have a team to do a home inspection. It adds value, it increases time management and efficiency and things like that. And the boss or the master inspector could be at the desk where Johnny was, and the other inspectors on the team could be in the field like Jared was at the home inspection. So yeah, there's a lot of applications for this. This is really good.
No, absolutely. And to your point on the multi-inspection, that, we understand that there's going to be some applications that this just isn't going to cover. I mean, we'd love to cover 100% of everything, but it's just not going to be feasible. But, if we're able to, capture, 50, 70, we think we're going to be able to capture up to 80% of the necessary inspections virtually, even post-COVID. Just think of the time and money that's going to be saved when, as opposed to doing 10 inspections a day on a great day where you really have somebody that's hauling it back and forth, and takes a 15-minute sandwich break in the course of his day, he still can get 10 or 12 in, and you're bumping that up to 30 anywhere in there, just because he's not having to do that. So we understand that there is a portion of it that we're not going to grab, but there's a much bigger part of the inspection field game that we're going to be able to capture and make people's lives a lot easier.
Yep, for sure. Matthew mentions that this could be something like an alternative for him, the uniqueness of using the live video so that his client doesn't have to be at the inspection. Kimberly asks, who chooses the time slot, the inspector or the contractor? She may have missed that in the beginning there.
So the time slots are going to be set up for, for whoever is the owner of the platform. So we're going to set it up as you tell us to, and then the person that is actually scheduling the inspection is going to have their choice to pick between those slots. We want a very generic 7 to, I believe 1, and then 1 to 5. But if you want to go in 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, so on and so forth, then you can certainly do that. And those are the choices that the homeowner is going to have a choice of.
And a question, can you edit an inspection report? Like, you know, go back and go,
Yes.
oh, you know what, I forgot, I was supposed to upload a sketch or a diagram or something. Can you go back and do some tweaking?
Yes, absolutely. You can go in and out. Once those inspections are done, those are all part of your file, so to speak, and you're able to go in and you know, make any sort of changes or additions or that need to be done.
Probably when
And
you click pass or fail, it's kind of like archived and then you can do an addendum after that or something. Let's see.
Yes, Ben, if I could just
Sure.
say add one thing to Jason's scheduling the time slot, so everyone's, you know, let's just hypothetically say you wanted your time slots, you know, Mr. Dalton wanted 8 to 10, 10 to 12. It's not as simple as just 8 to 10. We drill down even farther, and Mr. Dalton says, I want 4 inspections to occur during that time slot. So by default, it's every 30 minutes. So those first 4 people that grab that time slot, the 5th person is going to say time slot not available.
Let's see. Matthew says, this seems to be the most applicable to inspections beyond the typical residential home inspection, pre-listing or pre-closing inspection. Yeah, like Jason was saying, there's a lot of applications. Maybe it doesn't apply to everything, but it's a really interesting technology. I really like it, especially for the homeowner. I guess one of the first things I thought of was when there's a weather event and a big flood, like we had a big flood around here. And there was down in the South when there was a weather event, we were working with State Farm and other insurance companies. They have an army that goes in, and it's really structured, and they have vehicles and they go. But it'd be kind of neat to have maybe leverage. They have to move a lot of people from out of state to in state, wherever that event was, and it'd be interesting to leverage inspectors who are already there. Maybe lower the cost in that way in order to get really quick information, to gather information quickly, almost in a live event kind of way. That's another interesting application.
Well, just you know, along those lines, as we talked about at the beginning of the call, we're in South, pardon me, we're in South Florida, so we're starting to touch on the storms and things that are coming in. So, you know, just to let you know, a little secret that is certainly on our roadmap, because there are going to be, you know, there are plenty of boats, there are plenty of situations where there needs to be inspectors. They need to go out there, and when you got a tree that is lying across the entryway to a community, and you have, you know, people scrambling every which way, to be able to dial in and to be able to go through this process, even if it's just a preliminary look for the insurance company, it is certainly something that we know is out there, and you know, as I said, definitely on our roadmap.
I like it, fellas. Where can we get more information? InterNACHI member who's interested in just getting more information and maybe signing up or joining the team or looking or downloading something for free and checking it out. Where do we go?
Well, what we're doing right now is you know, anybody that's joins one of these webinars, we're giving a 7-day trial to test it out, to play around with it, and we can onboard you. One of the other great things we need to touch on is the onboarding can be done in about 24 hours. Okay, we just need some basic information, how you want it set up, how you want it to look, so on and so forth, and you can actually. I know you're going to be providing a list of people that attended. We will actually follow up directly with an email to myself and the rest of the sales team, so you can have a one-on-one conversation and really see how this is going to work best for you. And you know, we can design it and get you up and running so you can play around with it for a week. And the
website address?
It is www.inspected.com.
Yep, awesome. And there's a little demo there, and you can start now for free. That's really nice. Reinventing the way inspections are done. Is there any last words or anything else you guys want to share?
No, again, I really appreciate the time, and, you know, Ben, for moderating this, and all the people that joined. I mean, it's a great forum for us. You know, we're thrilled to get the message out to anybody that has any sort of inspection in their life. You know, we know that, you know, just today's day and age, I mean, we're working, you're one of the few people that are actually in an office, so to speak. I mean, most people are, you know, as I am, sitting them in their office at their home. So it's, you know, it's a way of life right now, but, you know, everybody's adapting, everybody's changing to it. And this is a tool that, you know, we really believe is going to help people out. So again, just wanted to thank you for the forum. We hope that you got some good information from it. We look forward to speaking to everybody that was on this call. And, you know, once we do that, you know, feel free to hit us with anything that you have. We'll be happy to kind of make it adapt to what works in your field.
That's great. Thanks, fellas. I really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. There's a unique opportunity for home inspectors and a great software you have. Really interesting. I'm really impressed. So thank you very much, Jason, Johnny, and Jared. Stay safe and healthy, everybody. Thank you so much.
You too, Ben.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you, Ben.
Right. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.